footballing wise, if you look at it, it's like Caicedo and Enzo.
Yeah.
Without Caicedo, Enzo plays worse. You know what I'm saying? He's not.
So why do you play Amrabat?
That's what I'm saying. Like with Amrabat, we can play Casemiro, and then whoever Bruno.
Yeah.
Bring on Mount, bring on Mainu.
Nah.
You know what I'm saying? Like Mainu can swap for fucking Casemiro. Amrabat gives that freedom in midfield for us to actually play. And he's a very good ball carrier. He's a better ball carrier than Caicedo, bro.
He's been signed on a loan, with the option to buy as well.
No, like we're buying him for like 30 M's basically. Like he's staying, bro. It's not a loan.
You think so?
110%, bro. The only reason we couldn't sign him fully is because of FFP.
Cool. You see, Amrabat, he's gonna fail. He's gonna fail at Manchester United.
But what makes you say he's gonna fail?
Why?
I don't think he's that good of a player. I think you could have bought. I think you could have bought better options. Manchester United know they're better options, but you could not get them.
Let me put it like this, Apart from, let's say, De Jong. Yeah, who we wanted from last season.
That's what I'm talking about.
You should have gone in for McAllister.
It's just a shame Manchester United don't have the
McAllister
piece.
was already at your team by that time.
Yeah, no, I'm saying that at the start of transfer window, you should have gone in for him.
Bro, but cool.
I mean, I guess you did.
Apart from De Jong, what other options do you see below 40 M's that are better than Amrabat?
Mateo Kovacic.
Fairs, and I'd agree with that. That's one. That's one. But that can't make him. That can't make him a bad player. McAllister, he would have.
I think you need someone better. Better than Amrabat, bro.
Better at what, bro?
Ball progression,
bro,
everything.
He's better than Kovacic at ball progression.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is, bro.
He's not.
He is, bro.
Ball progression. Okay, I understand.
Ball progression's fine because we have Mount for that, bro. You said he doesn't play because Mount plays, but Mount is better ball progression than both of them. But the thing is, we're bringing.
I'm saying your midfield is good enough, yeah.
No,
I'm not saying Amrabat is a terrible player. I'm saying he's a good player. You should have bought someone better that elevates your midfield.
Bro,
if you're going to buy another midfielder after signing Mount,
let me put it like this. Yeah, you're thinking of it in a very linear way as which player is better than who.
Yes.
But if I put it like this, yeah, which profile is better than who?
Yeah.
The profile is what matters.
Because we even mentioned it before when we spoke about it with Sandeep is. The problem I had with United's midfield is it seemed chaotic.
Exactly.
It looked like they were playing hot potato with the ball. Like you cannot start in an ideal world where all the players were fit. Ten Hag wanted to start Mount, Bruno, and Casemiro. That midfield does not work. It does not. You can't have Mount and Bruno playing together.
I don't think it's going to make a difference. Bro.
No, because he will help them hold the ball a lot better. They struggle. What we've seen from United this season is they can't hold the ball.
Bro,
they can't.
What Casemiro is best at is interceptions popping off to the next midfielder. Literally, like with Amrabat, it gives Casemiro that freedom to do that. It gives Bruno that freedom to go much further forward.
Also, defensively, he's solid.
Exactly.
And Casemiro needs some help now because he's getting older, bro. He doesn't have the instincts anymore. He doesn't have the pace to catch up. He's going towards like making rash fouls to like. Keep up with the pace now.
But since it's the same thing with Liverpool, Gravenberch isn't what they needed.
Yeah,
it's crap.
It's just depth. We'll get into it, but it is just depth. But what I would say, I do agree with him that yes, Amrabat, I agree, is the right profile. You probably could have gotten a better player for the profile.
Apart from Kovacic
and McAllister were the two options.
But McAllister isn't as defensive as either of them.
But Solomon, you gave me those parameters. It's just a shame that's Manchester United's parameters, G.
No, bro, it's every team's parameters.
No, it's not. It's not Chelsea's.
Bro, that's why you're fucking shit.
You said under 40 M's. You said under 40 M's, bro.
Alright, cool. Even if it's over 40 M's.
Arsenal signed Declan Rice.
Bro,
we signed Caicedo. Like, there's options, bro.
Oh my goodness, bro. Listen, Declan Rice and Caicedo are comparable to Casemiro. We don't need another Casemiro.
Oh my days.
Turns, we don't need another Casemiro.
They're better.
No, you could play Rice in that role as well, though.
Yes, you could.
Bro,
you could easily, bro.
But Rice wasn't coming to us. He wasn't coming to us either way. He wasn't coming to us either way. You've got to be realistic.
You've got to be realistic with who they can actually
get. Why do you sign Mount then? Why is Sam Mount?
What I could say
What do you mean, bro?
Why do you sign Mount?
Bro, because Bruno's our only attacking midfielder that can actually make those type of plays.
Your midfield is a mess to me, man.
Irrespective of price.
Yes.
Realistically, which better players could we have got in that position? You understand? Apart from, like we said, Kovacic is the most realistic one. But even still, I don't think McAllister does the same role as Amrabat. He doesn't play the same role as Amrabat.
He could.
No, he
considering he's literally playing as a number 6 for us.
He's going to be playing the same role. He plays the same role at Liverpool.
Bro, you saw how he played against Chelsea. Bro.
No, he's not going to be playing in the 6, bro.
Bro,
you're telling me it's Casemiro. Casemiro is the deepest, yeah? Amrabat, Fernandes.
Bro, I think they'll be playing literally as a
two. If you're playing them as a double pivot.
So if it's a double pivot, there's loads of other defensive midfielders I could have said. But I'm not even, I didn't even name them.
Rice.
Because of what you said about transition and ball progression.
Who Rice?
Rice, Paulinho.
Yeah, I was going to say Paulinho.
There's bare guys,
Even I reckon Gravenberch could have done it as well. If you're playing double pivot, you can play Gravenberch in a double pivot, because that's what I feel. When we get onto it,
not in your team.
I think we can play Gravenberch in a double pivot
with who?
We can play him in a double pivot with either McAllister or Thiago when Thiago comes back.
You see Liverpool. Yeah. Let's make the switch to Liverpool.
Alright, cool.
You see your team, yeah. There's going to be certain points this season, yeah, where you're going to get smoked. You're going to get down on the counter, bro.
I don't know, because you say that. Today's game against Aston Villa, when we got Diaby and we got Ollie Watkins going up against Matip, Gomez and Trent in our back line, would you not think that was the game where we were meant to get hit on the counter? When we still had no Diam playing?
Ishan, Liverpool are a good team. I'm just saying you're going to see it. Because you don't have anyone defensively solid like within your midfield. And your defensive backup is kind of poor.
I agree. I think McAllister is average at defending.
Yeah.
He's average to maybe a bit better than average at defending. At most is what I'll give him. If we bring in Gravenberch as a double pivot with McAllister, it's not about how good your player is at defending. It's about how much space. Bodies. How much they can cover. How much space they can run.
I was gonna say, your problem is less off than United, because when like you said, when you're defending, your wingers are much better at dropping back and filling those spaces than United's are. And so they won't have that much trouble of filling in the space.
Also, when this formation clicks and when the team clicks, it's not really about worrying about the ball going over the top, because we're going to be so heavy on pressing with our midfielders, our front three. It's going to be pretty much back to what we were doing earlier with Klopp. But then
that was also Liverpool's problem at the time.
It was our problem, but it was also the reason to our success.
I know that.
Yeah.
I'm just saying it's gonna happen.
Oh yeah, of course.
And you don't have Fabinho. You don't have Henderson, and you don't have Ronaldo to do the dog work. Because if you look at those guys, they'll work horses. They'll cover the flanks as well. When Trent and Robertson will go up.
They brought in Jeremy Doku. Is his last name Jeremy? Yeah, they brought in Doku. This one also for me, I know they need a winger. They need a winger badly, obviously. My worry with wingers under Pep nowadays, is right now Pep's not on the touchline on games because he hurt his back or something. I don't know. But I feel like they're gonna kill him off the same way they did with Grealish. I feel like the way Pep wants to play, he's gonna turn him into another ball retention demon. And with Doku, it was a whole thing of like being his man, using pace, taking his man to the byline. I think he'll do okay for City, but I don't think, how we talk about like what ifs and the potential of the players with Chelsea. I think Pep actually kills off a lot of the potential with players, but obviously for the greater good of the team. So it's not about like if the signing will work or not with City. Fair enough, it might work out. I just think for Doku's sake, for him to play the best football he could have played, I don't think City was the right move. Is the way I'm looking at it.
I don't think it will be either. To fully express himself as well, innit? The only thing is that obviously, the way how City play now, they don't necessarily have a lot of width within their team. Doku and probably, I don't even know about Grealish or Foden. Doku's literally the only one which you can say will go to the byline and take him on.
Yeah.
And for that reason alone, it seems why that might be why he might perform in it.
Literally, I was about to say, I'd feel like with De Bruyne out, obviously they brought in Matthias Nunes as well. We should have talked about him.
Oh yeah.
So I don't know. I'll be real. I don't know exactly how Nunes plays. I don't watch a lot of Wolves. I know he's good, but like you said, I would have thought bringing in Doku would kind of facilitate like those areas where like Haaland is left without the ball.
Yeah.
Because you saw like when De Bruyne plays, it's straight into Haaland, and Doku's kind of the same. Byline back into the box, byline back into the box. But then now, like you said, if he doesn't let him play that way, then it kind of takes away what I would have thought he would have wanted for.
Exactly, because if they buy him and they bought him for the reasons of like the attributes he has, fair enough. I can see him thriving there. My worry is I've seen it with Jack Grealish, and I'm fed up with Jack Grealish because I thought he was amazing at Villa, and what he's become at City after £100 million of just a guy that holds onto the ball.
It's just dribble for 4 seconds and then just
maybe nick a foul, and if he doesn't nick a foul, he just passes it off, plays it off.
Bro, in the Rashford debates, he was the top. All of those debates.
I remember.
We wouldn't even include him nowadays, bro. Like it's peak.
He looks like a shadow of the man, basically.
No, he's still a good player. It's just
it's
just attributes. It's just attributes to change.
He's a good player, but he was meant to be astounding.
That's exactly what he's saying. The attributes that he had have been dimmed down. The ones that we all like.
I don't think it will happen with Doku. I'm just hoping. Because there's no one in that team now that can do it. Yeah. Because even when they had Mahrez, even if you go before like Sterling, etc.
So you would have to go back to Sterling, Sane, before when they had wingers like Doku.
Bro, Sterling, Sane.
Because they were Doku type wingers. Yeah. Which is why it confuses me as to why Pep brought him back in.
No, but when I go back to the style of playing that, it's like if you're gonna play Gvardiol or Ake at left back. And then Kyle Walker does play it every now and then or whatever. Yeah. But if you're doing inverted, it's kind of similar to like Arsenal and that. Yeah. If your fullbacks are always inverting, the only guys that are going to be providing width for your wingers, innit? But so if Doku's playing, that's the only way I can see.
How about if let's say he slaps Foden and Doku, they can do this. Not as good, but they can do the Sane Sterling thing if. Like we're saying he's going off of this thing. It's only been 2 seasons now where where like you said, since Grealish came in, the wingers are now inverting, going in, But let's say he does stretch it out. Obviously, Foden can play like attacking mid, but the fact that he's now brought in another midfielder lets Foden play more to the left. Let's say he does now stretch it out, then I think Doku's a very good signing.
Yeah. I mean, I was literally gonna ask if you lot think he's gonna do well there, and if he's gonna start. Because that's important, you know. I know they didn't buy him for too much.
Not now.
But do you reckon at one point he's going to start starting? Like he's going to be on the team sheet regularly? I know it's Pep, so barely anyone is actually a regular team sheet name.
The only thing I'll say about him is that, because with Cole Palmer, they promised him game time, but not to the level which we was happy with. That's why he went to Chelsea, innit? Yeah. And Doku seems like the direct replacement to it. Yeah. So the game time which seems like he was going to get was probably going to be like 20 to 30 games a season.
But you know what I'm also worried about is when De Bruyne comes back from injury, what does his future look like at City? Because right now it looks very temporary.
It'd be good.
I don't think so, because I think the way they play with De Bruyne now, catering to De Bruyne's strengths, is why he wanted to invert his wingers so much. Because a lot of the creativity will come from the centre of the pitch, basically. You don't really need much of crossing the ball in. It's all cut in. It's all
Rodri, De Bruyne, Nunes, Kovacic. It's all in the centre, And even how he plays Foden, you see, like I said before, he plays in his more
if anything, I think that's his best position,
Alvarez as well, but he plays him as a 10 sometimes. Yeah.
So, I mean, we'll quickly get on to Matheus Nunes then as well, because obviously that was also a late signing. Any words at all? No. Because honestly, barely watched him play. I know we were even linked to him at one point, but I was never excited for the move. And that was for him coming to Liverpool, who are in need of a midfielder. Yeah. So that one's also a bit confusing to me. Because
it don't make sense.
Yeah. Especially they bought him for a decent amount as well.
They signed Kovacic as well.
Yeah, and if anything, they're similar type of profiles.
That's what I thought. Kovacic and Rodri, you're fine in that department. You know what I'm saying?
And they got Calvin Phillips.
As well. Yeah, I even forgot about him. I think it's unnecessary.
I think it's just him maybe wanting depth. You know what Pep's like? He has luxury.
Bro, imagine they got Maddison, bro.
Yeah, honestly. But what was I saying? They've got the luxury of he probably is thinking about, the depth he wants to play a good starting 11 for his FA Cup games, his Carabao Cup games.
The fucking the business end of the season.
Yeah,
I'm excited
exactly.
for that, bro. I feel like that's Arsenal's downfall.